language anyway. It was 10 minutes of waiting? Jeez. That's a long wait.
Normal is an anomaly. Welcome, appraisers, to the special preview for NTE version 1.1, Dreamwalk Corridor. I'm your host, Light. Great to see you all again. In today's preview, designer Baggy and I will walk through everything that's coming in the new version.
Gilgamesh is Saber's teammate? I mean, Rin and Archer have the same like outfit, so maybe
glad to be here.
We'll see.
So, Baggy, what's in store for this version?
I was kind of hoping that Rin would be like a
let's set the stage with
MC replacement, but I don't think that's happening. She's like,
thanks to our correspondent for that report.
Erudition.
On the Tomato Devil incident. Now for a special feature. The Sunward Resort, founded with the support
anyway, it's good that the kid came back.
The kid did come back, but the personality is different. It's as if a different person came back.
Of sharing a home with anomalies.
Do you think the kid got swapped? I've heard of similar things lately.
What the heck are you saying?
The resort sponsor, renowned philanthropist and
I like how Hattori's just drunk off her ass.
The experience of forming an emotional bond with
so loud.
All roads lead back to Hattori. A Dreamwalk Corridor. Oh, is this a new area? Hello. Oh, I just look like Pokemon. This is what everyone wants open world Pokemon to look like.
Go.
Oh, we're just like getting right into it right off the bat? Okay.
Lacrimosa won't lose.
No way. Okay, hold on a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. I haven't played the Lacrimosa story or anything. Does she really talk like that? Being like, Lacrimosa won't lose. Is it always like that? I haven't interacted with Lacrimosa, period. In prep for her to come out, I haven't did the story, nothing like that. She does. She's such a cutie patootie. Very to the point.
It's quiet now.
My opponents usually don't end up well.
Yo, what happened to his face mask? Put it back on.
Feeling good. Take a good. Clocking out.
Clocking out. Yo, we can clock out together anytime. Damn. Those are so short. The heck is, wait, is that gonna be a boss? Holy, okay. Memmy, memmy, mem, mem, mem. Memmy, memmy, memmy. That's all I think about when I see that.
In the main story episodes so far, we've already had our first encounter with the mysterious organization known as the Scarlet Letter.
The Scarlet
But that
Letter.
was only the beginning. An organization member suddenly resurfacing.
I haven't done anything
faces we thought
Lacrimosa
we'd never see
story based,
again.
so if that's
Intel on the
in that,
whereabouts
no.
of the betrayer, nothing is what it seems.
But and not because I'm like
Sounds like
lazy,
our
it's because I've
run-ins
just
with
been
the
like
Scarlet
holding it
Letter
off
are
until
far
like
from
it got
over.
closer to her banner.
Right, but I won't give too much of the story away just yet. Let's jump into some gameplay footage instead.
Bow, bow. Sun Award Island. Okay. New island to explore, I guess. That's okay. What about Puka Land? Did I say anything about Puka Land? And about my amusement park. I don't care about no resort. I want amusement park. I want Disneyland. I want Disneyland so bad. I mean, but this is cute too. I like this ship. Shipwreck Island. New fishing spot. Yo, that's exciting. I like the first person walk. The fishing outfit, they know what I'm about. And they know exactly what I'm about. Little fishing time. That's gonna be me. That by the time 1.1 comes out, I'll have my fishing outfit ready for my fishing town. That's exciting. Oh, this is so cute. What the heck? Let me bump up those graphics real quick. Alright, what anime did they rip off from the new island, chat? Hey, this is given Alola. Alola! That's all I feel currently. I'm feeling very Alola. They stole it from Pokemon. True. Real. Car time. Also, I saw a post someone said yesterday.
In version 1.1,
and they were like, "Oh, it's harder to
will
drift
pass
on
through
60
Sunward
FPS.
Island
It's easier
and
to
take
do
in
on
the coastal
30."
scenery just
And
outside Heatherhead.
I don't think
There's
that's
also a
true.
brand new location anomaly, the
I don't think that's
Corridor of
true.
Echoes, within which you'll square off against new enemies.
I've seen that too. Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. Oh my god, Weathering Waves, is that you? I'm just kidding. Yeah, this looks awesome. This looks great. What the heck? A very pretty area. Oh, whoa, hi Jet, hi Jet. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Deadless could never. A place like this? Psh, yeah, I don't know. It's a boss, clearly. Oh, whoa, but a house. There's definitely an anomaly in that house, right?
We'll leave the
Oh,
rest
really?
as
We have a
surprises
collab
for you to
today.
discover in-game.
All right, make sure to jot down our first redeem code now. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Dreamwalk 0603.
Welcome back.
That was okay.
Let's
that
skip
was
the
really
small
fast,
talk
alright.
and go straight to what everyone's been waiting for. The new character reveals.
Wow, jumping right in. So, who's joining the team this time?
Actually, she's already an old friend of ours. Say hi to Lacrimosa.
Lacrimosa. And she was a fairy. She came down from a bubble, but it was a tomato. And she was a bat instead. Why is she so EP? me! And me too, me!
As ETD4's lovable little ace, Lacrimosa has a habit of turning up half asleep in the most unexpected of places. And she's known to stop dead in her tracks at the sight of a tomato jelly vending machine. But quirks aside, she's still one of ETD's most dependable members, and she'll always show up when you need her.
I'm sure everyone already knows Lacrimosa by now. From the new Helios incident to the Tomato Devil incident, we've all seen her in action.
No, because I
Ben,
haven't
can
done
you
that
walk us through
story
her
yet!
Esper ability and combat kit?
Of course,
Soon!
Lacrimosa's Esper ability
I've been
attribute is
waiting!
chaos.
I've been saving it for
With that,
sooner,
she can
closer to your
conjure
banner.
all kinds of objects out of thin air. And she can even copy enemies along with their combat techniques, creating exact duplicates that fight using their original moves.
But a quick heads up here, some of these effects only unlock after you complete Lacrimosa's spin-off quests.
In combat,
I
Lacrimosa
see.
controls her Esper constructs to attack enemies and applies the Nightmare
Is that a
effect to her
frying
targets.
pan? The
Nightmare
heck?
deals 1 tick of chaos damage per second over 3 seconds, stacking up to 10 times.
2 frying
When she
pans.
unleashes her ultimate, Working Day Judgment, her Esper constructs
Cars.
sweep a wide area, applying Nightmare to
Chat,
all
have you
affected
seen
enemies
Jujutsu
and
Kaisen
instantly maxing out their
recently?
stacks.
Like their most recent
Let's check out some live
season?
gameplay of Lacrimosa
You know the
in
guy
action.
with the receipts that just throw... Oh, there's another boss also? Is Lacrimosa feeling like the dude with the receipts? I see it. Yeah, it's just kind of like pulling shit out of nowhere. Especially with like all those, the trucks. The trucks look just like that. This is 1.0. This is 1.1. Lacrimosa boss? Is this a 1.0 clip? Or is this a new boss? I haven't done the Lacrimosa quest. This is a 1.0 quest. Oh, really? Spoilers, chat. Spoilers. Look away. Don't look good. Don't look good. Don't look good. I guess it's my fault for not doing it, but sorry for wanting to, you know, savor NTE. I'm gonna be honest, I might just get Lacrimosa just to make Daffodil stronger. Or, you know, whatever. Like where'd she get
Now
that
that we've seen
car? Where did
Lacrimosa
she
in
get the car
combat,
from?
Let's take a look at the new outfits she'll be getting in version 1.1.
Oh my goodness, I don't have Daffodil. Well, I do. I like the polka dot outfit. Cutie. Yeah, see, I don't like this one. This one's like okay. It's cute though. It's very extra. This is so cute. So adorable. Oh, I love this one too. This is so adorable. I think I like this one the best.
While we're on the topic, there is one more thing I'd like to mention. We've been
It
listening
changes
closely
the colors
to all
of her
the
attacks.
feedback
Are they
on character
blue?
models. And
Oh,
we've
that's
gone back and
crazy.
reworked
That's
several of them.
kind of cool though.
Here's a look at how some of those updates turned out.
I got Dylan at home. Yo, if Dylan had this many skins, I'd be fucking playing Zenless Zone Zero right now. Yeah, look at these changes. I'm kind of sad about the green-haired girl, but it's like whatever, I guess.
Among the characters you just saw, there's one you've already fought alongside who's joining the roster in 1.1. That's Chaos, one of the heavy hitters in ETD 6.
Chaos. Yo, who's pulling for any of the men that are coming up, huh?
Chaos usually comes across as upright with zero tolerance for evil. But once you get
Man,
to know him, you'll find he's also a battle maniac, kind of
a
blunt.
battle
and a bit of a
maniac. You heard it
chatterbox.
here, right?
Chaos's Esper ability
Damn.
attribute is Lakshana. He can summon a thick fog with his Esper ability and shape
Big
it however he
Sword
wants.
sold me, yeah.
Most of the time, he molds it into a hound that fights at his side. The heavier the karma those around him carry, the more fog he seems to have to work with. Out in the open world,
What?
Chaos can leave his hound behind as a teleport anchor, and teleport back to the hound whenever he wants.
Holy
So
shit.
basically,
What?
you get to drop your own teleport waypoints.
Sombra?
Exactly.
Is that you?
In combat, Chaos uses his attacks to build up crime charges, and marks his targets with a warrant effect when his skills or ultimate connect. He spends his crime charges to unleash a follow-up attack that deals heavy damage. While warrant is in effect, all of his damage to that target is amplified for a set amount of time. His ultimate, Retribution, doesn't just apply warrant on hit, it also amps up the heavy follow-up damage that comes after.
Chaos is also getting outfits with a totally
he's a
unique
Lock
style.
Shauna character?
So
Oh,
appraisers
thank
will
God.
get
I
to
have
see
so
a
many of
very
those
different
Lock
side of him.
Shauna fucking main stat pieces. Yeah, I don't know if I like this outfit. It's like okay though. I think it's like my least favorite outfit that they gave him, which is like upsetting. Less clothes, please. I like this outfit though. This outfit fucking tight. And but this looks like Archer from Honkai Star Rail. But he's playable. Not Archer, Lancer. Lancer, but he's playable. You see it, chat?
In version 1.1, Scarborough Fair will run 2 limited boards back-to-back, Fading Reverie and Forsaken Path, featuring limited S-class characters Lacrimosa
so he's
and
like,
Chaos, respectively.
Skippable is what
That's
I'm saying.
right.
I'm hearing.
The Fading Reverie board will run for 21 days, and
I
Forsaken
don't
Path
need
will run for 14.
Shauna.
So make sure to keep an eye on those
I'm
windows.
part of the problem, unfortunately.
Running alongside the limited boards are the Skin Perks events. The outfits shown on screen can drop directly from the boards, and they're also guaranteed once you hit a set number of total rolls on the matching board.
The Arc Shop is also getting refreshed alongside the limited boards. Version 1.1 brings 2 limited-time
so
Arc
cold.
research programs, the Nocturne Special and the Pursuit Special, running on the same
I heard
schedule as their
Arc
matching
is so
limited
cute. What
boards.
the heck?
Quick reminder for appraisers. When 1.1 goes live, part of the inventory in the exchange shop is also getting refreshed. You'll be able to spend lost pieces in the shop on dice and up to 20 tri-keys. Before we move on to what's
Dude,
next,
whoever
let's drop the
mixed
second
the
redeem
music
code
in the
of
back,
the preview. Don't forget
like,
to redeem it
change
before
the
it
AI
expires.
for mixing the music in the back, please. It's so bad. It like loops horribly.
We've covered the new story and characters. What else is the new version bringing?
Hold on, there's actually a bit more on those 2 characters we haven't shown yet. In version 1.1, leveling up your bond with Lacrimosa and Chaos gradually
Lacrimosa?
unlocks ride-along,
Why does he say it
and
like
a
that?
handful of new interactions. Let's take a look at a quick gameplay demo.
Cutie! Cutie. I think I have to get the black and white hair girl, chat, just because of our side persona being the black and white hair girl. And like, obviously this is just like small Dylan. I get to say like beep beep and be silly. There is one reason to get Chaos. You'll see in a bit. Alright. Dude, me. No, don't squirt! No! No! Her hair is so long. I thought her hair was so much shorter than that. Because I can invite him, I don't think that's enough to get me to pull chat. Like, that's fine. I guess look at the 2 bros! 2 bros! She's just an EP girl. Me too. No, 2 bros on a workout run. Yeah! Bro! Bro! He's tall. He is tall. This is so stupid looking.
One thing to note, when inviting characters to move in, you can't have a male and a female companion living in the same house at the same time.
Also in version
What?
1.1,
Uninstall.
we're opening up the City Hangout storyline
EOS.
for Lacrimosa and Chaos. So keep an
What?
eye out while exploring the city. You might
Damn
just bump
you.
into them.
Why don't we sneak in a quick teaser of some new footage?
And then something's gonna happen at that point. Someone's not gonna have a house. Tomato burger. It's not that bad, chat. That's pretty okay. Burger. Hey, yo, that's not available yet. Does it become available after the quest? I've been there. This isn't new footage, yeah. I figured this is from the quest. I wish I had time to do the quest today. It is not from quest. Oh, this is new stuff? I thought this was from the quest.
I have to say, these chance encounters are exactly the kind of thing
These
you
are
want
her
to
Bond
capture
stories.
and remember.
Oh, I see.
And wouldn't it be great if we could share those photos and videos with more people?
Oh, speaking of sharing, I've got some good news on that. In version 1.1,
yeah, I
the
just don't
Bagel
think I'll
chat
have
app
time
is getting
to-
a major upgrade and entering its testing phase.
Wait, you can
Wanna share
use
something?
Bagel? Is
Do
there
it
a
on
way to
Bagel.
access Bagel?
Open up your in-game photo album, post about your day,
Is
share
this
real
new?
moments from Heathrow, and find people who get you. Bagel is also going to be your go-to source for in-game inspiration. Wondering which spots in
This
Heathrow
feels
make
like,
for the best photos? Just scroll
Infinity
Bagel,
Mickey has
you'll find what you're looking for.
like a section of the game kind of
So,
like
are we
this.
talking likes, follows, and bookmarks? Don't tell me, there's an algorithm pushing posts too?
Yep, the whole package.
Damn.
And on top of that,
I'm so
appraisers can
excited to
earn
post on
Praise
Bagel.
Jam by posting and hitting engagement goals, which you can spend at the Bagel Shop for in-game items.
Yo, chat social credit! Oh my god, we got social credit time. We have a use for the social credit emotes now. Plus 20. I knew they would come in
Sounds
handy.
great. But is Bagel going to force everyone to be social? What about the introverts among us?
No
Plus
worries.
20.
Bagel's content feed is randomized, so
Minus
there's no
20.
forced social interaction. After all, the whole point of Bagel is to make city life
minus
feel more
20 social
enriching
credit
and
on
authentic
Bamba.
for
He
everyone.
doesn't know what we're talking about.
There's a lot more to it, but we'll let appraisers discover the rest in-game once version 1.1 is live.
So, what other intel can we share today? Anything else you've prepared for us?
Actually, I've got plenty to share.
Reposo.
A lot of you have probably heard about
Yeah,
the
it looks
Heathrow detention
it looks
facility
pretty
by
good
now.
so far.
Recently, a crew of thugs calling
Bro, I
themselves
just woke up,
the
don't believe me.
Tornado
I know,
Gang
I'm so
got locked
tired
up there.
too.
Even behind
I'm
bars,
so
they
EP.
refuse to clean up their act and keep picking on anyone weaker than them.
China,
Their
China,
leader,
China,
Tornado,
hell, China.
is basically running the place.
Let me guess. Appraisers
Yo,
are
okay,
about
but
to
real
teach
talk,
these
I
repeat
would love
offenders
to
a
visit
serious
China one
lesson?
day. I think that
That's
actually
right.
would be a really
and
cool
combat
trip.
works a little differently this time around. Let's take a look.
Yo, what is this? New prison fight? Yo, I'm ready to go to jail now. You telling me they got a fight club in the prison? Hey, take me back. Take me back. I'm a jail cat. I'm made to be in the jail. Lock me up in the jail. Hey, jail time. I like the jail emote. Jail time! I mean, like, he's only level 50. He can't be that hard, right? What the heck? What in the fucking WWE did I just watch?
Wow, this is real fist to the face,
Bro's
hand-to-hand
never
combat.
heard of a leg day.
Is this just a one-off challenge mode?
Real.
Not at all. After you beat Tornado, you'll unlock a brand new City Stamina activity, the Fight Club.
Did we get
It
more
comes
city
in solo
stamina?
and matchmaking modes, with matchmaking supporting bouts of up to 4 players.
I can beat
That
my
sounds
friends
pretty
up.
fun.
Oh my
But we do wanna put a
god!
quick disclaimer
Chat,
out there.
wait a second.
These bouts.
Wait a second. You didn't tell me this. This is way more exciting than inviting the males over. I get to beat up my friends and prove the fact that I'm more skilled at a video game. Thank God, finally.
Are all in good fun, and we can confirm no fighters were harmed in the making of this mode.
After 1.1 goes live, we're also adding the
I
underground
need more
circuit mode
friends.
to our racing
True,
minigame.
true.
It's a mode along the lines of a
Hey,
no-holds-bar
have you
bumper
invited
brawl,
NTE?
with
Oh,
matchmaking
I
for
don't
6
know.
players.
We'll
Wait,
collab
wait,
with Lilia again.
No holds barred and brawl? Is this even a real race anymore?
I think that'd
That's
actually be pretty
debatable.
funny.
Unlike normal races, you can't summon your own vehicle here. When the opening countdown ends, 6 vehicles spawn at random.
30 FPS has
and
a
every
noticeable
player has to
better
grab
handling.
one for themselves.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
during
I don't
this
know.
phase, players can't attack each other.
So whoever grabs the best car wins? Where's the brawl in that?
Hang on, here's where it gets good. For starters, when you get in, you can still choose to drive or ride in the passenger seat.
What?
And the 2 players in the same car are considered teammates. Second, every car that spawns comes preloaded with weapons by default.
I like how they're
And both
adding
the
more
driver and
multiplayer
passenger
though.
can
That's
use them
great.
to attack other
like
vehicles and
that's
players.
everything I've ever wanted.
If you bring
in,
a
like,
vehicle's
gacha,
durability
right?
down to 0, it explodes, and the players inside
Multiplayer
are instantly
events?
KO'd and out of the race. Attacking players directly damages the character they're currently using, and once all 4 of their characters go down, that player is eliminated.
Oh, now I see how the brawl part
Oh.
works. So whether you team up with your passenger on the fly or go your own way, there's some real strategy in that call.
Hey, chat, do you want to be my
So
passenger?
Are the weapons
I'll
the
drive.
same for every car?
Yes, every car starts with the same default weapon, but weapon crates are placed at intervals along the track. Drive into one, and your car picks up
Nar.
a specific weapon.
What kinds of weapons are we talking about?
First up is the
Not you
default
driving.
weapon,
No,
your
I did
standard
ice
semi-auto
my
fire.
car.
Pick up a shotgun, and you'll deal area damage, while the Gatling lets you unload a
I will
continuous
drive.
high-speed
No,
barrage.
I will drive.
Anything heavier than
I'm
that?
driving.
Oh yeah, there's a rocket launcher that fires once every few seconds, and on hit, it triggers a big AoE explosion. On top of that, there's a special item called fire support.
How bad could you drive
Picking
me?
it up
I'm a
doesn't
good
replace
driver.
your
Don't
current
let
weapon,
chat deceive
but
you.
it lets you call in
Don't
a
let chat
precision missile
gaslight
that
you into
homes
thinking
in
I'm a
on
bad
whoever's
driver.
currently in first place. If you're already in first, it targets second instead.
Yikes!
Head.
Getting hit by one of those is gonna basically wipe out your car's durability. Are you just toast at that point?
Not at all. Out on the track, you'll also come across tire repairs. Drive into one to fix your tires and recover some vehicle durability. Just keep in mind, this item only heals the car, not the player's character.
Tire repairs, huh? So in this mode, you can win by going after
Wait,
your
the
opponent's
SpongeBob
tires.
driving skills. That's crazy to say. Oh
We'll
my
let
god.
the appraisers discover that
What?
for themselves.
All right, I'll definitely be one of the first to try this out when the update drops. That wraps up the gameplay portion. Coming up next, we're putting up the 3rd redeem code of today's preview.
I can trust
Make
you, not
sure to
use
redeem it
seatbelts.
before
Yeah,
it expires.
no seatbelt around here.
See you in a bit.
Seatbelts are for nerds. Does anyone have a link with all of the codes? Porsche. Sheesh. Damn, that car looking good. Oh my god, that outfit looking so good too. God damn. Oh, I got all the codes. I got them. Thank you. Oh, I'm pink. Eh! I was just so excited about the Porsche stuff. You know, things happen. That looked awesome, by the way. That looked
The
so
Porsche
good.
collab is finally here? Ever since the game launched, we've only been able to look at the Porsche building and the cars parked outside, with nothing else we could really interact with.
Don't worry, we've got you covered. Version 1.1 brings a
Yo,
brand
when
new vehicle.
when can I
The Porsche
attach my
918 Spider.
racing
Brand
wheel
new collab
to NTE? Please, I need my immersion. I need this to be like Forza. God damn. God damn. Why would you play as the male character, period? Female character got that glossy outfit on.
And a brand new
Insane.
property, Pegasus Residence. The property comes with a car elevator, so
Ah,
appraisers
you
can
can-
drive their
what?
vehicles right up to their floor.
A car elevator? That sounds awesome. I'm dead not in this tax bracket yet. I am too poor for this. New property. I mean, like, maybe no, I'm too I was about to say, maybe male MC isn't that bad, and then it would cut to this. Holy moly. Oh, that view is so good. What? Hey, you know that house doesn't come with those workout accessories. You gotta buy that shit. I have 2 million fawns to my name. Are we fucking for real right now? Chat, we're gonna do fish-a-thon. And we're gonna make all that fawn back. Show you in flashbacks. 2 mil? No, I used to have 6 mil. I'm giga poor. I'm so poor. Here's your new fish outfit. Yeah, real. And when does 1.1
So how do we
happen?
actually get the collab vehicle? And what about the collab outfits we just saw in the video?
The collab vehicle, the Porsche 918 Spider,
June
along
3rd.
with this round's collab outfits,
Oh,
can all be
soonish.
obtained through polls in a limited time event during version 1.1. Let me finish. You can choose whether to spend Analyth or Fawns on the polls. Version 1.1 also comes with more events, where appraisers can earn rewards like Analyth, expansion cores, and Fawns.
What's baking?
For full details, keep an eye on our official accounts across all platforms.
I saw there might be a potential Beard Papa collab with like a... I think you can get like a Lacrimosa Beard Papa icon and or like banner in game. I'm gonna be all over that if that's real. Beyond the Rails, fuck you. That one stage I'm stuck on still. Fawns rush. And maybe they heard everyone saying that we want more fawns. I mean, maybe it's like, again, if we keep sending stuff being like, hey, more fawns, more city stamina, blah, 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 blah. Hopefully it just gets better and better, but this looks great so far. It seems like a lot of opportunities to get fawn. Anomaly. Anomaly. Anomaly time. A high risk commission. I want more like
We're
puzzle
also rolling
anomalies.
out ongoing improvements across the game. We've put the full list in the patch notes, so appraisers, take a moment to look it over.
They gave us a way to gamble it. Auto drive? I'm kind of into the auto drive. But that's just because, Woo-Wah had auto drive. That's for me. No, I like driving too much. I'll drive. No thanks. And sometimes I will turn on auto drive though. And like, Woo-Wah? Yo, being able to mute Tagido is disgustingly diabolical and insane. How, you can mute Tagido? That's crazy, dog. That's crazy. Like, what? More teleport points? Quick advance dialogue. Yo, it took NTE 1 patch to mute Tagido, and Genshin's been alive for 7-8 years and still hasn't muted Paimon. WNTE. Genshin could never.
Coming right up. When version
I see
1.1 goes
grouping
live,
enemies
the
in there
daily
also?
login event opens back up. Log in for a total of 7 days during the event to claim 10 solid dice. After the version 1.1 update drops, we'll be sending all appraisers a Heathrow special gift pack via in-game
Oh my
mail.
god, 5 dice. No 10
Please
dice?
trust that we're
Crazy.
committed to building Heathrow into the city you've all been hoping for. Going forward, we'll be holding ourselves to a higher standard, so we
No?
don't put appraisers through experiences like that again.
And with that, today's
Like,
special
what
preview
again?
is just about wrapped up.
What are they
Thank you
talking
all
about?
so much for taking the time to watch.
Thanks everyone, and one quick announcement. Now, there's more ways to play NTE. Pre-registration is officially live on Steam, the Epic Game Store, and the Samsung Galaxy
Lacrimosa
Store.
or Chaos?
Head over to your
Lacrimosa
preferred
daughter
storefront,
or son
search for
Chaos?
Neverness to
Lacrimosa
Everness.
daughter?
Hit that wish list and
For sure.
pre-register button so you're ready to jump in across multiple platforms.
Chaos son is okay, I guess.
We're also
but
thrilled to announce that we'll
meh.
be teaming up with NVIDIA's GeForce Now cloud gaming service. Our goal
As you
is
see
to
how
bring
many
appraisers
skins
an even
Lacrimosa's
smoother,
getting?
more accessible
Both?
cross-device
Yeah,
experience in the
for real.
future. Keep an eye on our official channels for more updates. Lastly, we hope to see more appraisers enjoying city life in NTE and creating
I want
memories in
his
Heathrow
chaos
that
all
are
over me.
uniquely their own.
And
It's
that's
cool
a
that you
wrap
can
on
invite him to
today's
the house
preview.
also.
See you
That's
next time.
nice.
Bye.
See you next time. Bye! That ended so abruptly. I thought that was pretty okay. For like a 1.1, I think that's pretty good. I don't know, what's the deal with the Porsche gacha? What's up with that? I feel like they didn't talk about that much, but people have been yapping about it. I like Lacrimosa. I think she's cute. I think all of her skins are cute. A6 Lacrimosa chat.
Shared 1 bits.
Use fawns or limited pull for the Porsche collab. Yeah, so it is just gacha.